What makes a hero? Is it about their tragic origin? Is it about their unbreakable moral code? Or is it just about having the time of your life, saving the world, and then sharing a flagon of mead with your best friend? Today we're talking about a hero who embodies all of that and more. He's one of the oldest, loudest, and most powerful beings in the Marvel Universe. A god of wine, revelry, and sheer, unfiltered joy who just happens to be one of the most dedicated Avengers. But beneath all that laughter is the current of ancient, profound tragedy. We're diving into the echo of the Prince of Power, Hercules. Welcome back to Marvel Echoes Resonance. I'm your host, Will, and thank you for joining me for another deep dive into the origins and legacies that make the Marvel Universe tick. So, when we talk about Hercules, we have to get one thing straight right off the bat. Unlike Peter Parker or Bruce Banner, Hercules doesn't have an origin story in the traditional sense. He is the origin story. We're not talking about a man who found a magic hammer or got caught by a science experiment. This is the Hercules, the genuine article, the demigod, son of Zeus, king of the Olympians. He's the legend who completed his 12 labors, slew the Nemean lion, and basically caroused his way across Greece millennia before Tony Stark ever built his first circuit board. He's always had his powers, he's always had his fame or infamy, and he has always had his larger-than-life personality. So his origin in the Marvel Universe isn't about gaining power, it's about his thunderous arrival in the modern world. And that arrival, my friends, is one of the all-time great moments in comics. It all goes down in 1965 in Journey into Mystery Annual Number 1 by the Kings themselves, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. And how does this ancient god announce his presence? Well, by picking a fight with the one man in New York that he sees potential, Thor. Now, as we talked about back in episode 27, Thor is the benchmark for godly power in the Marvel's universe. This fight wasn't about good versus evil. It was about the King Kong versus Godzilla of the Silver Age. It was two powerhouse princes, two sons of all-powerful Sky Fathers, just cutting loose and realizing they'd finally found a kindred spirit. That single brawl is the spark. It established the entire Greek pantheon as a real, tangible, and incredibly powerful force in the Marvel Universe, right alongside the Asgardians. Enchanted by the modern world, and let's be honest, its many pleasures and opportunities for adventure, Hercules found himself spending more and more time on Earth. But this didn't sit well with his dad. Why would it? After being tricked by the sinister god of the underworld, Pluto, Herc is banished from Olympus by the very displeased Zeus. Kind of rings like Thor, doesn't it? So he's stranded on Earth, but he's not about to mope. He seeks out one of the teams he feels is worthy of his presence, the Earth's mightiest heroes. He officially joins the ranks, bringing his immense strength and boisterous mead hall spirit to the team of Avengers back in 1967. And this is where the real echo of Hercules begins. He's not just a god, he's a teammate. He becomes this loyal, passionate, and fiercely protective friend. But his ancient past and his enemies are never far behind. His eternal tormentor, the goddess Hera, his stepmother, for those keeping track of his complicated family tree, repeatedly tries to destroy him. This leads him to strike out on his own for a bit. He even forms a new team on the West Coast, as the leader of a short-lived but totally fan-favorite Champions, which first appeared back in 1975. And let me tell you, this team was the Marvel equivalent of the Breakfast Club, if they had superpowers, you know. You had Hercules, Black Widow, Ghost Rider, Angel, and Iceman. It was a very bizarre lineup, but also showed Herc as a leader, as this flawed but compassionate heart for the other outsiders. But the good times don't always last. The most critical character-defining moment of his classic era comes during the Under Siege storyline. This goes between Avengers 273 and 274 from way back, I say way back, in 1986. This is a rough one. Baron Zemo and his new Masters of Evil don't just fight the Avengers, they dismantle them. They ambush the team at the Avengers mansion, and Hercules alone is targeted by the entire wrecking crew. What follows isn't a hero's fight. It's a mugging. It's brutal. It's dark. They beat him, not just into unconsciousness, but into a deep coma. This was a scene straight out of a dark 80s action movie. That moment where the hero is just completely broken. It was shocking. It proved in no uncertain terms that even a god could be brought low. Even the Prince of Power could be broken by mortal hands. His recovery was long and painful, and it left a scar on him. It proved he was vulnerable. It proved he was, despite all, human. But you cannot keep a god like Hercules down for long. His recovery from that beating cemented his resolve, and his loyalty to Earth and its heroes became absolute. When we fast forward to the modern era, Hercules' character is defined by one single defiant act. During the First Civil War, when heroes are being forced to register with the government, Hercules, a god, a prince, an entity from another reality, is confronted by Tony Stark, and Herc's response is just perfect. He sees the Registration Act not as law, but as tyranny. He defiantly sides with Captain America, cementing his status not as a soldier of the state, but as a true hero of the people. This act, however, brands him an outlaw. And this is where the magic happens. This is where Hercules gets his single greatest story, The Incredible Hercules, which kicked off back in 2008 by writers Greg Pak and Fred Van Lente. If you read nothing else with Hercules, read this. Branded an outlaw, Herc goes on the run with the seventh smartest person on the planet, the young genius, Amadeus Cho, who becomes his sidekick, or, as Amadeus would say, Herc is his sidekick. We'll definitely cover Amadeus in a future episode. This entire series is a masterpiece. It's classic 80s style buddy cop road trip, but with gods and monsters. It perfectly balances Herc's boisterous, unfiltered joy with the ancient tragedy of his past. It's hilarious, it's heartfelt, and it's epic. During this time, he even forms the God Squad during the Secret Invasion to take the fight to the Skrull gods. And the whole run culminates in the Chaos War event, where Hercules faces an ancient god of nothingness and ascends to, well, true omnipotent godhood. He becomes the god of heroes. And in his ultimate act, he sacrifices all of that power to restore the entire multiverse. He chooses to be a hero, not a god. That's the echo of Hercules. He's a god who chooses to be mortal. So where is he now? After his sacrifice in Chaos War, he is eventually restored, and he's been a stalwart pillar of the hero community ever since. He was a key player in the 2019 Avengers No Road Home series, and the story, this is one beautiful love letter to his character, but is also one of his greatest tragedies. In this event, the goddess of night, Nyx, is unleashed, and she murders the entire Greek pantheon. Zeus, Hera, his whole complicated dysfunctional family, all of them, gone. Hercules is forced to watch them be wiped out, and at the end of the story, he is given the ultimate choice, a single wish from the House of Ideas. He could bring them all back. He could restore Olympus with a thought, but he doesn't. He chooses to be a hero, sacrificing his one chance to undo his family's slaughter in order to save, well, the reality for everyone. It's a gut punch. It's the ultimate proof of his character. He's not a god of Olympus anymore. He's a hero of Earth. This profound loss sends him searching for a new family. He's adrift, and this leads him directly into a fan-favorite run with the Guardians of the Galaxy. It's this perfect, cathartic story where the universe's biggest brawler joins the biggest found family of weirdos, trying to process his grief by just, hitting things. Today, after all that wandering, Hercules is exactly where he belongs. He is a core member of the main Avengers roster. In an era of complex threats and from the ashes rebuilding, Hercules is at the team's heart. He's the veteran who's seen it all, the powerhouse who can trade blows with a god, and a friend who can be the first to raise a glass when the battle is won. He is the joyful, unbreakable soul of Earth's mightiest heroes. Hercules' entire life is defined by this wild swing between pure joy and profound grief. He's the god of revelry, but he's also the man who, in his original myth, was driven mad and murdered his own family, a tragedy that Marvel Comics has confirmed is part of his backstory. He laughs the loudest, he fights the hardest, and he drinks the deepest. So I'll leave you with this question. Is Hercules' constant, boisterous joy a denial of his ancient, tragic past, or is it the ultimate victory over it? Is he a hero despite his grief, or is he a hero because of it? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thanks for listening to this episode of Marvel Echoes. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure you subscribe or follow so you don't miss any more of our episodes. Leaving a like and a review really helps the podcast grow. And I mean it. Please leave a comment with the answer to that question, or let me know about future episodes and characters you would like to see me cover. And for more content, including articles, infographics, and everything we discussed today, be sure to visit our website in the links below. Till next time, true believers, make mine Marvel.